Oops.
We should just do this for an hour.
Until hour 3.
What if we?
And so then when we do another 4-hour podcast. Welcome to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, episode number 171. You can find us at www.liftheavyrunlong.com, on Twitter and Instagram at liftrunlong. Also, feel free to email me directly at the address wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, you should be because we want you to be there. Search for Lift Heavy Run Long Community and request to join right now. My name is Wilson Horrell. I am one of your hosts. I'd like to remind you that the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast is not censored, so listen at your own risk. You're not going to believe this, but Lift Heavy Run Long has an app.
What?
And I want you to be on that app. For $3.99 per month, you can be part of that app. And what you will get is access to the greatest endurance trainer in the world, Ms. Valerie Hunt of RunRx.fit, and she will deliver to your calendar 3 bodyweight exercises per week, 4 daily WODs, and 4 barbell strength exercises. For $9.99 per month, you can have access to all of the programs that Lift Heavy Run Long has to offer. Everything from 5K programs to 100-mile programs to triathlons to Spartan races. If you or someone you know does not have $3.99 a month, but you think that fitness would enhance the quality of your life or their life, please email me at wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com. We'll be more than happy to add them to the app free of charge. Go to www.liftheavyrunlong.com. Click the sign up now button. Look at the programs that we have. Enter your email address and we'll add you to the app for 1 free week. If you like the app, sign up for it. If not, just let it go and it will expire on its own. Nothing else to be done. No charges made. No contracts to sign. No fees. No nothing. Just do that. I have sitting next to my right a heater because it's cold in here.
Our guest for tonight is
If you turn your volume up really loud,
don't do that.
You can hear the heater
don't
screaming
do that.
out its woes.
See, now people are going to pay attention. This is a touchy subject. Audio is touchy for me, and we've decided to let the heater go because it is cold in here.
It's a bit chilly in here.
It's a bit
Emily,
chilly.
can you hear the heater?
And if somebody says they can hear the heater, we're pulling the plug right now.
No, you do not hear.
If one person says they can hear the heater, it's going down.
There is no spoon. There is no heater. There is no noise from the heater.
No.
Sitting next to the heater is the fantastic, beautiful, lovely, and kind Dr. Amanda Kimsey Horrell Jackson.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Wonderful. What's new?
Not much. Going to the doctor tomorrow about my arm.
Going to see if you have a torn rotator cuff?
Yep.
Well, that's your shoulder, not your arm.
Well, it's attached to my arm.
Right? Rotator cuff?
Is he taking over the Dream Crusher role?
In the rotator cuff, like in your shoulder?
It's my shoulder.
I don't know, but you are splitting hairs. You're
Man, that's
picking
my
pepper
job.
out of
That is
fly
my
shit.
job here.
No,
Yep.
but because I was
Picking
going to say...
pepper out of fly shit.
No,
Holy
because
crap. That's amazing.
I knew he spent the last 2 weeks like rehearsing like Southern sayings. If you were on Twitter, you would know that.
Oh, I don't have Twitter.
I knew something was wrong with your shoulder. I didn't know anything was wrong with your arm. So when you said that, it came to my head. I was like, oh, you hurt your arm too?
We're still not going to succumb to them being the same.
I thought you hurt your elbow or something.
Yeah, so anyway, so I haven't been running because my foot was hurt, and then I thought I got over that, and then we played volleyball that weekend, and I jacked myself up. And so I don't even know if I'm going to do St. Jude half because I haven't ran at all. I mean, I'm going to have to, walk that sucker if he releases me to it.
I have people that you could pace through with if you want to do the half. I have people that would support you.
Holly used to walk it all the time, every year. She walked it when I was fat. She would walk it every year. Yeah, and I thought it was amazing.
I may walk run it. because there is no running, that for sure. But I'm excited about getting back into running.
Walk running is running, just so we're clear.
Well, it's going to be more walking than running.
Doesn't matter.
I bet your walk running would be a lot of running in comparison to what someone would view as walk running or walking.
And your average pace would probably be faster than some people who feel like they run the whole thing.
On top of the fact that really no one cares at all.
Okay, so nobody hears the heater.
Okay, no one.
Nobody.
If
every single
you tell
person
me the
there
truth,
says
because
that
I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at it.
Well,
would Carrie lie?
Did you put your
Carrie would lie. Yes.
Carrie would not lie.
Did you put your headphones on?
Emily Reed said not even close.
She wouldn't have lied except for she married Dane and he rubbed off on her.
Well,
Before
Emily
Dane.
Reed won't lie. She's been on here.
Is Emily Reed looking at my shoes?
These
shoes are so killer.
She's probably thinking she wants them shoes.
They can go with anything. She has these. She's the one that made. I saw her in these shoes and thought, got to get me some of them shoes.
I want to look
Gotta
cool
be
like
like Emily Reed.
That's right. Big thirsty Brian Swanson out from behind the camera
on the
What's
couch.
up?
on the Kizouch.
So this is 1 week in a row for me.
1 week in a row. The streak has begun. It's got to start somewhere.
It's got to start somewhere, man.
Well, you missed last week because you were doing something important or something.
No, I was here. I was kicked to the bench because Peter was here.
That's right.
He was filming. He was behind the camera, not filming anything.
I was behind the camera that wasn't on.
For some reason, I thought you were not here.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Emily does like your shoes. She saw them.
And the rude guy next to Big Thirsty is the Reverend Vaughn Ross.
The man formerly known as the Reverend, now the Dream Crusher. Rabdo has turned him into the Dream Crusher from the Reverend.
Right.
That's right. It's poisoned his blood.
He is now. Well, and maybe it's because I'm sitting on the couch. Maybe I'm rubbing off on him.
It's a
You're
proximity
just
problem.
Too close.
Yep.
Right. Now I'm associated, and all of your bad is rubbing off. You
Exactly.
see, the people below you bring you down.
Yep.
If you hang around with them,
the people you spent, the 5 people you spend the most time with, and here's 3 of them in the room with me right now.
they're never
so.
going to make you better. They're always going to pull you down to their level.
That's right.
And somehow I don't get better hanging out with y'all.
Yep.
It is Cyber Monday.
It is. I was so busy at work, I didn't even realize it till my sister-in-law texted me and told me that.
I ordered a few things I can't talk about. Goes to Christmas gifts.
Okay.
For me?
Yes.
Are y'all excited
I
about
ordered you
Christmas?
a Phoenix 5S.
You can send that garbage back.
What do y'all want for Christmas? I have a long list of running stuff that I have on my. I make a Google Doc every year and post links. Everything that I want, and I send it to my mom. I send it to my wife. I send it to my mother-in-law.
That's like a kid.
It's exactly what I do. Here's the thing:
Well, it makes life easier for everybody.
It does make the life
It
easier.
makes life easier for everybody.
They are going to buy me some stuff that they think I want if I don't tell them what I want, and it just works out better. So I've got Tailwind on there. I've got shoes on there. I've got Nathan backpacks on there. I've got a whole range of products that I would be perfectly happy if someone
I know
socks.
what you can get me for
things
Christmas.
like that. What?
A triathlon bike.
Okay.
It's only like 10 grand.
Right.
I was going to say, that's a
I have to steal it.
it's a little high.
I could use my athletic skills to break into the peddler bike shop and steal you a $10,000 bike. So nobody has any good stuff on
What's your most interesting gift that you're asking for? Do you have like a big Santa please gift?
I have a pair of Ultra Trail shoes on there that I need. I'm kind of hoping I get those.
Okay.
Maybe.
I thought you were going away from the Ultra.
Well, I
Except they work.
They just work.
Yeah.
I need to
hear
get
you.
mine
They're
out and try
they're
them.
just trusty. You know, the Lone Peaks or whatever, you can just
I kind of feel like if you can wear Ultras, then it makes you somebody that I'm not. Like I'm a little bit insecure about my
Well, I'm gonna wear my
inability
Ultras
to
tomorrow.
wear Ultras.
Well, I think you just think they all look funky or what?
No, I just can't. I have real super high arches. I used to have to wear magic shoes when I was young, but I didn't wear them.
Okay. What's a magic shoe?
You know, like
Like
the real for
The
when your
Forrest Gump
feet are
type
jacked.
shoes.
Like one
Forrest
leg
Gump,
is shorter than the other. You
Forrest
gotta have
Gump type things. Yeah, that's exactly what they are without the bracelet.
Were they Velcro?
No, they were. I don't know. I can't explain it. I didn't
'Cause
wear
he
them
didn't
very
wear-
often.
He's very
Yeah,
comfortable talking
that's
about
why I
this.
can't wear Ultras because I didn't wear my magic shoes.
I see.
See, if you don't listen to your mom, if
So
you
is
don't
that
do
what they call the magic shoes to try to get you to wear them?
Nah, I think I just got it from Forrest Gump.
Interesting.
So, there you go. I can't wear ultras.
Huh.
I can't run in ultras. Is that not the most interesting thing that you've heard all week? Thirsty, what do you get asking for Christmas that's big and exciting?
I'm terrible at making lists for myself. I am a guy that just goes and buys what I want when I want it.
That's what we do.
Yep.
And so the best thing to do is just give me gift cards so that when I get around to finding something I want, I'll use your gift card.
Well, we're not all Scrooge McDuck, so if we're gonna get stuff for Christmas,
Scrooge McDuck.
What was the guy's name that was real rich?
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck.
I've got a problem remembering to use gift cards. So even if I'm giving a gift card,
that struggle is real.
Then I can't.
Oh, you know what I did today? I got a $50 gift card from Amazon from my Go 365 work insurance thing. Where you get the steps every day.
Yeah.
Did you really?
I turned mine in for $475 worth of gift cards.
Good job.
About a month ago.
Well, I do the same thing, but I wait. I do it so often.
I
just collect mine whenever. So the insurance company came today to do the new insurance update thing, and it reminded me that I could log on there. And so I logged on, and I had 7,000 steps or whatever, or points. And I was like, I can get a gift card. So I got a gift card.
And so the thing you're not doing, so you can connect your Garmin to the website so it automatically uploads. So you're not doing anything, and you're getting credit for the fact that, like, your heart rate got up on a certain day, that you did a certain number of steps. You're doing, and that just every day. And our watches do that automatically for us, so we don't have to put a whole lot of effort into it.
If you get a Phoenix 5S, it'll help you out a lot.
It'll help you even more.
Because it'll have you 20% extra.
Yeah.
But then the other thing you can do is you can log into the website and you can upload race results.
You can.
And you get bonus points for races that you run.
I wish
for
our
5K.
insurance did that.
You get points for like a 5K. You get even more points for a half marathon, even more points for a full marathon.
I don't think they have a 50K or 100 mile
No, they
stage,
don't.
But
Marathon
I've taken pictures of my bibs and put them on there.
But you can get marathon distance bonus points for your ultras too. And so I think I had like almost 50,000 points. And so I turned it in for like 400 plus, like $450, $475 worth of Amazon gift cards. And that's just this year. That's just this past year, and that's free money.
But you get like levels, right? So everybody starts on this like blue level, and every time you level up, it's a different color. But
and you get more points
on ours, like every level you get, it takes a percentage of money that you have to pay for your insurance out of your every paycheck.
Nice.
Every paycheck it takes money out of your paycheck.
No, we don't get that.
Yeah.
But then if you get so high, it will reduce that number.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Strap that thing on to Pedro. We'd be giving like a Harrier jet.
Well, you do max out every day, like on steps and stuff like that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a max per day.
Total, you can get.
But if you're not getting the max per day, then it's worth throwing your watch in the dryer and putting it on tumble.
I had a friend that used to attach it to her dog.
Well, that worked.
Let her dog run around. Yeah. They had a pedometer, though. It was just a pedometer, so she'd clip it to his collar.
So speaking of medical stuff, I had a root canal today.
You did?
I did.
How do you feel?
Are you drooling?
Brian said he had a root canal today.
Root canal. He whispered it.
He just whispered that
because it's a secret.
Like he didn't want Facebook Live to hear it.
We weren't supposed to tell anybody, but Vaughn just had to tell one person. He did. That's the way my secrets work.
I had to have a root canal because when they were taking my braces off, the bands they cement to the backs of your teeth to like base all your wiring and stuff off of. The assistant couldn't get it off, and she kept rocking it, and I heard a crack. I thought it was just like the glue coming loose, but she actually cracked my tooth.
Oh, no.
And so I ended up having to get a root canal on that tooth because she cracked it like all the way down.
And how painful was that for you?
Like the actual canal?
Yeah.
I mean, he numbed me, and I was...
That was kind of my thing. Like so I went in thinking... So I went to my dentist like a week or two ago. Then they sent me to this endodontist. Mm-hmm. And I thought I was going in for a consult. And he's like, so you got any questions? And I was like, yeah, when are we going to do this? And he's like, right now. So I was like, and so my anxiety went way up. But it was I don't want to say painless, but it was relatively easy. And the only thing left is to get a crown put on it or whatever. But yeah, about 3 weeks ago, I was out at a party, and I can't remember what I was eating. Something with chips, and like just chewing on whatever what I was eating, and felt something that crunched a little too hard, and my tooth has been aching since then.
Huh.
And mine was I was eating toast and I bit down just the right way to, split that tooth apart enough. I mean, it was like, I just like froze, like, oh my God. That shocking pain.
A toothache is bad news, dude.
Whew.
Man. Well, speaking of chewing on chips, did everyone have a good Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yes.
I worked, but then we had Thanksgiving Saturday.
Yeah, we had a great Thanksgiving. It seemed like a long weekend. That was a really long.
It was a long, awesome.
I enjoyed
I took
that.
Friday off for the first time in forever. Katie was off on Friday, and I was like, you know what?
You're not automatically off on Friday?
No, because I work in the finance industry. We get so many banking holidays off that they don't give us like all of the extras that most corporate America gets because they don't also get the days off that we get off. So,
and Amanda told me there's like a law that banks can only have so many days off in a row.
They're only allowed to be closed like it's 2 or 2.5 days in a row. Yeah, something like that. So
gotta be able to get your money.
That's right.
Yeah, we went to the river Thursday and Friday.
Oh, I saw some pictures.
Cool.
Yeah, that was
Friday. We came back Saturday. We had a Friendsgiving with a bunch of people in my neighborhood, which was wild and crazy. And
is that better than your Facebook group?
My Facebook group?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. These are all
these are the cool friends.
Yeah. People, yeah.
These are the cool neighbors.
Yeah, these are all not people that are going to throw me out. And then we ate. Yesterday was Sunday, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Right. We went to see my parents who live in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and they took us to the Mexican restaurant in Holly Springs, which is
why you thought of chips.
Which has a buffet. Oh. Have you ever seen a Mexican restaurant with a buffet?
I have not, but I would love to.
Oh no!
And it's got the cheese.
Where is this?
It's gonna be like date night, baby.
Holly Springs.
It's the only
you guys are like halfway there. I mean, living down here. You guys are.
I haven't. It's got the cheese dip
hop,
in
skipping,
there.
and jumping away.
The fajitas.
Wonder what time that thing closes.
It was wild.
Wow.
Have we had a discussion about buffets?
We talked about buffets.
I feel like it's an important topic.
we can talk about them every week if you'd like.
Brian doesn't do buffets.
You don't do buffet?
I have an aversion.
I
have an aversion to, and both of these are going to hurt Wilson to the core. I have an aversion to buffets and to food in a gas station.
Do you really? I did not know that about you.
Did you?
Yeah, like I've done it. Like I've done both before, and in a pinch, I'm not going to starve.
I've done both before.
But both of them give me the heebie-jeebies.
Did you miss the week where I told the story about eating the barbecue sandwich with the earring in it?
I must have.
Oh, you need to start listening.
Yeah,
to the
you need to go back a couple episodes when you weren't here and listen.
Oh, wait a minute, or is that the one where I made the Sean Hillsden's going to kill me because I can't remember the name of the movie, but I made a I think we were talking about that, and I made a movie reference, and it was Down Periscope. Down Periscope movie. Anyways.
And it went over my head just like it did.
Just right now. Well, it's funny because Sean texted me the next morning as he was listening to it like we were having the conversation right then, and he was trying to help me come up with the name of the movie. And then like 10 minutes later, he quotes like the rest of that scene and talks about how he absolutely loved that movie. So it was funny.
Let me tell you about my favorite part of Thanksgiving.
What is it?
Did you watch the Egg Bowl?
Oh, boy.
No.
Well, I watched it.
Wow.
We were at the river, and we don't have TV at our house, but Holly's, my wife, and uncle across the street has TV, so he said they weren't there. He said we could go over there and watch his TV, so we went over.
So for those that aren't from the South, what is the Egg Bowl?
The Egg Bowl is Mississippi State versus Ole Miss. They play every year since 1901, and they typically play on Thanksgiving night. And you are a Mississippi State fan. Okay. Very much.
And how did that game go for you?
Mississippi State alumni.
That game, are you aware of the game?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm really not.
So we jump up. We jump up 14-0. I was afraid Ole Miss was going to kill us. We're both really bad. We're both really bad teams. We're both poorly coached teams, but it's the Egg Bowl, so anything can happen.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
We jump up 14-0. Everything's looking good, and then Ole Miss comes back and ties it up. Well, it goes back and forth. Whatever. We get up by 1 touchdown, and it comes down to the final. It gets to be 4th and 27 for Ole Miss with 90 seconds left. 4th and 27, and we let the guy throws it deep, and we let him catch it. Like, don't get 27 yards back and wait for him. So, anyways, they drive down the field. There's like 40 plays there's all these penalties happening that's keeping the game from ending. So it's just going on and on and on. Finally, with 4 seconds left, Ole Miss scores to effectively tie the game. And the guy that scored the touchdown goes into the end zone, gets on all fours, and lifts his leg and proceeds to piss like a dog onto the Bulldogs' end zone, which has been done 2 years before.
I was going to ask you about that.
Which was stolen by Odell Beckham, which was done 2 years before that. So he gets a flag, 15 yards on the extra point, the kicker shanks it. Cost him the Egg Bowl.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
A 1-point game, right?
Yep. Can you imagine what that guy – they're killing him. It's national news. They are absolutely destroying the guy. You almost feel sorry. Even I, as a Mississippi State fan, feel sorry for the guy.
Well, at first I was like – everybody's like, that's State Classy Ole Miss or whatever, but I didn't realize people had done this before. This is like a thing that happens.
It has happened.
So it's not that bad that the guy did it, or is it?
Yeah, it's totally bad. What more disrespectful thing can you do to go to
don't
somebody?
They do disrespectful things to each other all the time?
No, not in celebration.
Not in celebration.
You can't even take
not
your
on
helmet
live
off.
television. That's excessive.
But you said Odell Beckham Jr. did it
in the NFL.
Okay.
Which is different. But they'll still flag you for celebration there. Huh. But you got to be.
I thought there were new celebration rules in the NFL that maybe allows more of that nowadays. Maybe not not disrespectful, but they're allowed. Yeah, they're allowed to do crazy things.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
That's really it. I mean,
I hope that guy feels like an idiot.
He can't not feel like an idiot.
Well, he's the one who caught the ball and then called a fair catch and got plowed down by State.
Yeah, you can't call a fair catch
he
after you catch the ball.
What?
He did that. So first of all, I'm mad at Amanda because she's not getting her catch.
I don't understand anything about football.
So when the receiving team is, when the ball is kicked to them, they can wave, it's a fair catch, and so when he catches it, you're not allowed to touch it. But he gets the ball right there where he catches it.
And if he drops the ball, the other team
then the other team can, and that kind of thing. So what they're saying is that he caught the ball and then tried to wave fair catch, and that's too late.
And these guys are like, wham, they just slam him.
Sorry, dude, you are going down.
But anyways, we win the game, which is unfortunate on some level because now we keep our coach. And we need to fire our coach. And because
I don't think one's going to have anything to do with the other. Do you really think you're going to keep him because he won that game?
Absolutely.
Oh, if you win the Egg
he
Bowl,
was gone.
That's like huge,
he was out
right?
the door. He was out the door. And I think we could have won differently and played a different game, and he would have been out the door. He was gone, like replaced already. Who's replacing him? And then he wins that. And so it's like that.
But that doesn't sound like he won. It sounds like Ole Miss lost.
It did.
You know what I mean?
You
know what I mean? Like,
that's a good point.
He probably paid that.
He didn't win the game. Ole Miss lost.
Well, that's what I feel the same way. And if you can do something about
But I mean, maybe because you guys were
people.
expecting Ole Miss to, clean the
we
field
were
with you guys.
We were favored by a point.
Oh, okay.
I was
conveniently.
Somebody made a bunch of money, huh?
Yeah,
that's true. Emily said Missouri beat them, and they still fired their coach.
Emily said, being a Razorbacks fan, I cannot feel sorry for anyone believing their team is struggling.
That's quite true. Arkansas is bad, very, very bad.
Is the SEC ready to boot you guys out yet, Emily?
So, Ole Miss fired their coach, which he's been needing to be fired for a long time. And I'm afraid what's going to happen is, I'm praying it doesn't happen, is that they're going to get Memphis Memphis University.
I just don't think he's going to go.
I really don't either.
Man, I think
aren't they doing really good? They're like undefeated.
Well, that's okay. So but that's the thing. Memphis has done a really good job recruiting coaches, and our last coach,
recruiting them and then losing them.
Well, and our last coach, Justin Fuente, went to Virginia Tech and took over Virginia Tech. He hasn't done shit since he's gone there, but he took over at Virginia Tech, which was a real kind of storied program, and the coach that was there had been there for like a zillion years or whatever, and so it was a big deal that he got to take over. So Memphis is finally putting money into the program. Memphis has finally become, they're consistently a top 25 team at the end of the year, and their coaches are prime picking for the colleges that have a lot more money to spend,
but they're consistently top 25 teams with one loss. They could go undefeated and still only be a top 25 team because their strength of schedule is so bad. Their conference is so bad.
It's going to take them a few years to fix that. They're going to have to consistently be a top 25 team for other teams to be willing to play them and give them a chance and put them on their schedule.
And I'm afraid until that happens, head coaches are going to consistently leave and go to places that they have the opportunity to be number one in the country. But I also think that Norvell would look at Ole Miss and say, that place is a dumpster fire right now. I mean, there's nothing going right in Oxford. I mean, pissing on the goal line is only
a small part of the problem.
That's just indicative of things happening there. So we'll see.
Well, Emily said that they're going to be playing against high schools next year.
Oh, well, you guys will be like Alabama then. Alabama and Clemson are already doing that. You guys might as well.
Well, there's a lot of good things happening in Memphis.
There's a ton of good things happening in Memphis.
Basketball is doing very well. We got an Iron Man.
Iron Man.
It's only a half.
It's only a half.
We got a half Iron Man.
We got a half Iron Man. Vaughn's excited about it, but Vaughn knew it all along.
Right.
He just knew it wasn't going to be a full.
So the Grizzlies, I thought they were sucking.
It's crazy. It's really weird because they lose they won last night. They'll probably lose tonight, but it's so exciting to watch them lose because they're all rookies.
Right.
And they're all really good.
Yeah.
And you can just tell that they're trying to figure out, like, these 19, 20-year-old kids, first time in the NBA, playing their first NBA games, and they're crushing it, Like, they played against the Lakers the other night, and, like, wow. This is a really good – these kids are good. They're not winning. And there's a thing where if they lose all their games, they get number one draft pick next year.
Right.
But they've already won. They're on track to win more games than they were predicted to win at the beginning of the season.
They were going to lose all their games pretty much.
So they're doing pretty well. And I don't watch as many Grizzlies games as I should or as I'd like to. But I have all of the SportsCenter app notifications come up for the Grizzlies. It always cracks me up. It seems like every time they play, there's some thing that pops up about what's his name, Morant.
Ja Morant. Yeah.
He dunked on somebody he wasn't supposed to, or did some trick play. Like he's pretty badass. And
he must be.
He's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Oh, really? He's that kind of good.
He's very good.
I need to keep up with him. I always just jump on the bandwagon when they start doing well.
Yeah. Jackson and I have just been screaming at the TV like for every game this season, just like standing there watching, going, this is great.
It was so nostalgic watching the old Grizzlies, but they were old Grizzlies. So watching them play was not the most exciting thing in the world. I remember watching there was a clip that had Zebo. It was saying the difference in a rookie and an elder statesman in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And Zebo was there, and I can't remember who the rookie was for the Grizzlies, but a ball bounced off of Zebo's ankle, and Zebo pointed at the ball as if to tell the rookie. And the rookie, dove on the floor to get it.
Hey, go get that.
And Zebo didn't even, his knees didn't even bend.
Go over there, boy.
So he had earned the right to stand there and make money.
Exactly.
It's exciting.
All right. How we doing with your 12 weeks to Sylamore at this point?
Yeah, I just started week 3 of training.
Week 3? How to jump to week 3 already? Is that right?
That was week 1. And then there was week 2.
That's week 3.
I thought last week we talked about
Monday.
No, it was 2 weeks ago we talked about week 1. And we didn't talk about it really because Peter was here last week.
Okay.
So this is week 3.
All right.
I ran 9 miles.
You're right. I'm not going to argue.
I saw that.
Ran 9 miles.
Boom.
Sunday. I've been doing my long runs on Sunday.
How's that working?
So I guess how it's working out for the last 3 weeks is I take Friday and Saturday off, which it just works out that way. So,
yeah.
Because I coach early on Monday, so I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym and work out, and then coach classes 5 and 6, and then go home. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll try to go to the track. It's going to be freezing in the morning, but my Tuesday is a track day. Then Wednesday is a gym day, and then Thursday will be a track day. Off Friday and Saturday, run long on Sunday. And so that's how that's been working out for the last 3 weeks. And so it was good. I mean, it was 90-minute run on Sunday, and I ran 9 miles. You know, it's not, I mean, it's a 10-minute mile.
Yeah, that's great as far as I'm concerned. So I've been running just about every day, and I just get worse and it becomes more uncomfortable and more uncomfortable all the time.
Well,
I don't know what the hell's
treadmill
wrong.
running?
I don't.
It's broke.
No, it's broke.
I thought you had a
feel
lifetime
horrible.
warranty on the motor that they were going to come fix.
Okay, we can talk about that too.
Well, one thing I wanted to say is I'm really enjoying the track.
Yeah.
The track
Have they
workout.
recovered
Isn't
that?
it funny how
No,
you get
it's
on
terrible.
just like, I'm never going to run on track again, and then you get away from it, and then you go back to it, and it's
Yeah.
like, I love the track.
When I was training for Chicago and really sticking to training really well, I did a lot of track running, and those were some of my favorite workouts. Now, there were times when my coach said, like, do a 5K on the track, and I was like, fuck you. Like, no, I'm not doing a 5K
I
on
don't
the
know
track.
that I'll
like,
do that.
I can't do that. But, like, getting out there and doing 400s or 100s or 800s or whatever, I really enjoyed those.
But it's funny to see the people at the track. At our track, anyway, it's a public park, and anyone can just go to the track. But there's always the same group of people at the track walking. They're not running. They're not even in athletic clothes necessarily. They're just walking.
They're getting
They're just
exercise, so
walking
more
around
power to them
the
for
track.
getting out there and doing
like,
something.
But they're so friendly that, like, every time I go, when I show up, they're like, hey, good morning. And then, like, when I leave, they're like, goodbye, see you later, have a good day. And, like, there's one guy that was like, have a great Thanksgiving. You're really going hard at it. Have a good Thanksgiving. And I was like, yeah, thank you. You too. You know, like, everybody's just like.
You know, you can go up there at 4 o'clock in the morning. People will be there.
They will be.
Tina's up there, yeah.
And
She's one of those.
possibly in, like you said, like blue jeans and a
They just
sweatshirt.
Walk. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's interesting.
I did the turkey trot Thanksgiving morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It's okay.
What are you laughing at, Amanda?
Melissa wanted you to come and you wouldn't go.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I saw Melissa.
Yeah. I wasn't,
She personally invited
I
Wilson
wasn't
to come.
invited. They told me not to come. They didn't think I'd make cutoff. Melissa said that she thought I was going to DNF.
So I did a run walk, did about a 11:15 average pace-ish. So I was happy.
When you were running, or that's what your
That
run
was my
walk?
overall average pace was 11:15.
That's booking it pretty good on the run then,
Yeah.
right?
I guess. I'm not. I didn't look at the splits of.
What kind of run walk would you do?
4 minutes running, 1 minute walking.
Oh yeah, that's just running as far as I'm concerned. That's a lot of running.
You want a brutal workout. For me, is 800s.
Yeah.
I don't like
I
800s.
can't, and that's what I did.
I hate them.
Thanksgiving morning, I got up.
Ugh.
I went to that track around 7 in the morning and ran. I think it was 6 or 800s. And man, I was just it just crushes my soul for some reason. It's just that
I feel like the track gets longer.
I can even do I can do 1,000. I can do 1,000-meter intervals, and it's better than 800-meter intervals.
That's so funny.
I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, it's just it's like 3.5 minutes of just pain.
So I'd be interested to look at your different splits to see if you had the same problem I did. But so if you were doing 6, or if I was doing 6, and I had like a time goal, and I can't even remember
6
at
what,
this point.
miles?
Six
Laps.
6 800s.
Okay.
Yeah, 600, yeah.
So let's just say at the time I was trying to do like a 3:30 800. That's pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
That's a 7 minute. I mean, that's a 7-minute mile. That's not super fast.
Not
but-
really, because 800 meters isn't exactly
exactly.
Yes, it is.
Really happen.
But anyways, so I'm just making up numbers, but let's just say that I'm supposed to target 330. I would always miss on my fourth and or fifth interval if I was doing 6.
Miss. Oh, no, I did better.
I'd miss my time goal.
And then
on
you
my
hit
fourth,
it on your 6th?
And then I'd be able to hit it on my 6th. And the thing was, the way my coach had it set up, there was always penalties for missing.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't penalties like in between the intervals. It was after the intervals. Like you have to do, 50 burpees every time that you missed your interval goal.
God, I'd be doing burpees all the time.
And but she knew how fast I was capable of being, and she knew it was all mental for me. So it was a good thing for me. But somewhere around the second half, and usually like right before I was ready to finish my intervals, I'd start missing, and it's just because I mentally wasn't focused on staying fast. I would let my mind wander, and that's what she was trying to break me of.
When I was training to try to make Boston, I was running like 257, 256, 800s, and now it's like I'm not even close to that. Like I'm like 330, 327 is book. I was really trying.
Yeah.
So I got work to do, for sure.
But you're doing work.
I am doing the work, and it's funny. Like you can put the track work off, and you can put it off, whatever. But if you do it consistently, it just you get faster, right? Like those, it starts that sub 3 minute or 3 minute 800 is easier. It still sucks as much, but you can see the progress.
Man, what I mean? That's where I'm so frustrated right now, is the fact that there has been progress to a point, and about the time that I think that I'm making progress, I just get this burning in my ankles and my calves that is, I'm trying to go back to when I first started running. Like, did it always feel like this, or is this some kind of new? I mean, I can't run on them for more than a few minutes, and then I'll stop, and they'll usually go away after a while. But damn, it kills me.
Well, that's what I like about the track work is it sucks, but when I get to the 9-mile run on Sunday, it's like this is a breeze.
Yeah, when you've been running 330, 800s, for a couple of days, then all of a sudden going out and doing a 10:30 or 11-minute mile.
Well, you're more relaxed. You're not like on the track. You're killing yourself and huffing and puffing.
Yeah,
and going, oh God, this sucks. I can't breathe. But then all of a sudden you go out and run a 10-minute mile. I could do this all day. Because I don't ever get to that point where it's, oh my God, this sucks really bad. Which at the track, it's like you want to throw up. I don't know. But I think there's something to that.
Your calves ever burn?
No.
Ankles ever hurt?
Sometimes. Yeah.
I feel like I have so back in the day when I was doing all my training, I had a partially torn plantar fascia. And I feel like I'm back there right now. Like it doesn't hurt all the time, but there are certain times when I'm just walking and I get like up on my tiptoe where my foot's like stretched out and I feel a sharp pain like it's torn. So I'm a little worried right now. But
where is that? Where's your fascia? On the bottom of your foot?
Yeah, it's what creates the arch.
Like plantar fasciitis.
It's like that whole thing that goes.
I've never dealt with plantar fasciitis. I've had just enough steps that I've taken and been like, oh, to empathize with someone who has plantar fasciitis, because it's easy if you've never had it to be like, you just got to run it out.
Yeah,
it's not really going to hurt anything.
I get that every once in a while when I wake up in the morning and it's like I step on the floor and I'm like, oh, my feet hurt really bad. But if I stay consistent with like the lacrosse ball and roll my feet and stuff like that,
I don't do any of that shit, which is probably why my calves, all my lack of stretching. Do you stretch before you run?
Nah, kind of. I mean, I do a lap around the track before I start doing some drills.
Just like a easy paced lap?
Yeah, but I'll stop and I'll do like some hops or something.
Sure.
Do you foam roll?
Yes. Not before training, but I do regularly.
I've heard foam rolling before training's a no-no. Is that true?
I don't know.
I put the massager on my legs the other day before I ran and felt awful. which is essentially foam rolling.
Really?
Is it not?
It's like the exact same thing.
I mean, what's the difference? What does a foam roller do that a calf massager doesn't do?
The foam roller doesn't vibrate.
But I mean, what's the point? What is the result?
The foam roller is helping you stretch a muscle where a massager is is not stretching a muscle.
I know it makes a different noise.
It totally sounds different, and it has batteries, and that is different.
But the effect is different. You think that what you're going for in a massager versus a roller is a different thing altogether.
I believe so.
Okay.
I feel like that's the case. Yeah, you're rolling.
With your rolling, you're trying to lengthen the muscle. You're trying to stretch it.
We're getting scientific on this now. Let's do it.
Not that any of us. I mean, I stayed at Holiday Inn Express one time.
Do it.
There's somebody out there going, these guys.
Dive in there.
Yeah, these guys are idiots.
Yeah.
Just say what it is.
They've already left. They left when we're talking about football.
We were talking about pissing in the end zone. They were gone.
At the risk of potentially triggering you, do you want to talk about the treadmill?
Sure. Yeah. We should talk about the treadmill.
I want to say before we start this, I didn't realize some old fogey, and I don't have Twitter and all that stuff, but how much social media really does impact companies.
Holy crap, it 100% does.
I don't know.
Oh, there's been a lot of times that I've called customer service for a company and gotten 0 results, and then all of a sudden I'm tweeting about them and the bad experience I had, and somebody's like, how can we fix this?
DM us, we'll take care of that.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, tell them the story.
Well, Amanda and I handle things very differently.
Really? I would have never have guessed that.
This is my shocked face.
So I call Nordic Track about getting someone to come look at the thing. Well, they won't talk to me unless you can't even get to them unless you have the number of the person that registered the treadmill.
The phone number.
So I'm trying her dad's phone number, home number, her dad's cell number, any number that I have, and then she gets me her mom's number, which it's under. So I finally get in there, and they say, is this who are you Carolyn? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm her son-in-law.
Well, I can't talk to you about
then you have to register. You need to go here and register it under your name, and then we'll have somebody come out and look at it, and they'll do the warranty work. Well, nobody calls me back. I pay the $160 for somebody to come out and look at the treadmill. Nobody calls me back. So when I call in, they said, well, it says here that it's been registered under a different buyer.
Oh, God.
And I said, I just did that so that you would I had to do that in order for you to talk to me. They said, well, we can't
talk to you.
We can't talk to you.
So give me my money back.
Well, they said the warranty wasn't good because you were the second buyer. The
lifetime warranty's no good because I'm the second buyer.
Yes.
I said,
only good
it's not mine. I didn't buy it. It's my mother-in-law's. I'm just trying to keep a 75-year-old lady from having to screw with this technology and whatnot. So they get Carolyn on the phone. So Carolyn, they're like, do you have a receipt? I'm like, who the hell keeps up with a paper receipt from 10 years ago? And sure enough, her mom's got the receipt, one crease, perfectly placed. Her mom gets on the phone with them, and they still say, no dice.
Really?
We're not doing the warranty.
So it's a lifetime warranty-ish.
Kind of. Yeah, it's a lifetime warranty as long as it doesn't break.
Lifetime warranty as long as it doesn't break. That's
as long as it works for a lifetime.
Okay, so Nordic Track gets a big thumbs down. Holy crap, that's amazing.
Is that not frustrating?
Amanda.
And so when I call Nordic Track, it's still under her mom's phone number, like it's still hers. But Nordic Track goes through another company for registration, so the registration is under my name. So it's, now we're working with two different entities here. So anyways, I can't let this go. I'm thinking like, where is Nordic Track located and how do I get a hold of C4
can we
and
drive
invest? And so I go to
suicide bomb people.
So I go the Twitter route, and I said, Nordic Track, your warranty is shit. Basically, you're shit and you suck. And so then I go and I log into Lift Heavy Run Long's account, and I'm like,
oh, no.
Nordic Track don't suck. Oh, no. What else would you use an account like that? That's exactly what it's for.
I don't know.
I mean, you got an account that has a few thousand people on it. So sure enough, and then I go to their Facebook page, and I'm like, find one of their advertisements. I'm like, don't buy from this company. They're crap. Their warranty sucks. So they quickly send a message, we'll let us know what the deal is on Facebook. And then they get on Twitter and send me a message. And I'm like, I'm not screwing with this anymore. You're bull crap. You're still not going to handle the problem. And we argue back and forth. And eventually they say, here's your number. We got the service ticket in. We're going to handle it. It's paid for. Like, we don't even have to pay for the service tech to come out here.
Nice.
But we'll see if they show up. But for now, Nordic Track's still on my...
They're on shit list.
So if they don't show up, what are you going to do?
And that's the problem is, like,
I'm not sure. I'm going to...
You shouldn't have to Twitter shame them to get them to do the right thing.
You should not. It's absurd. And the fact that most sane people would have let that go. If I was capable of letting it go, I would have let it go, but I'm not. I just couldn't. I was trying to. I was sitting at my computer like, I'm fine. I'm going to continue on with my life.
Well, we had the discussions like, they're not going to come out here. Well, we'll call the treadmill doctor. It was really expensive. It's like, you know what? We're just going to run it till it dies. And then,
if we want to get another one after that, then we'll do that.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, okay, they're coming out here. I was like, what?
Like 2 hours later, I was like, they're coming out here.
I'll tell you a contrast. Do you know what GOAT is? It's an app where you buy shoes, and you can go on there and buy Jordans and all this kind of stuff. Well, I was trying to get Jackson some shoes for Christmas. I ended up not getting them, but they use Apple Pay, and you have to use Apple Pay. Is I guess the only way that you can send money to this app.
That's why I don't know what this app is.
And so, it says set up Apple Pay on my phone. You get a wallet in your iPhone, and it says take a picture of your card. So I get my card out, and I hold it in front of the screen, and it pops up Von Rawls.
Populates all the information.
Populates all the information. Nice,
pretty cool.
Nice and easy. Done. It says you got to verify your card, so you got to call First Horizon now to verify the card. So I call the bank and I go, hey, I'm trying to verify my card with Apple Pay. What do I need to do? And she's like, what's your name? Well, it's Von Rawls. And she says, well, I'm showing this card shows under someone else's name. And I said, well, I'm looking at the card and it's got my name on it. And she's, well, that's not correct. And I was like, well, maybe it's my wife. And she's like, okay, what's her name? And I said, well, it's Holly. And she's like, is she around? And I was like, yeah, she's standing right here. So she didn't know what I was doing. I just give Holly the phone. I was like, talk to this lady. 30 minutes later, Holly's like, still got the phone. Nobody comes back and just hang up. So just hung up and forget about it.
And just let it go just like that.
Just let it go.
I just can't. I can't do that. I can't. I wish I could. I really wish I could.
I may not put all the effort into it that you put into it to try and do things the right way, but I would do the 5-minute phone call that he had, and then I would immediately go to Twitter shaming. That's pretty much the way I would handle it. I'd spend the 5 minutes trying to do the right thing, and when they make it too difficult for me to do the right thing, screw that. Twitter shaming it is.
You've always been an advocate of mine. When I have a problem with customer service, you're quick to retweet and put it out there. And it's effective.
It's so effective, isn't it?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Well, if you owned a business and somebody says they're unhappy with something, and then immediately somebody else, you hear the sound that says, okay, I've been mentioned in a tweet, and it's customers saying that you suck. And then all of a sudden you hear blink, and it's somebody retweeting that a customer
replying
said
to it, or liking it, or
well, then imagine that to a millionth degree.
Right, and that's the concern. We got to get a hold of this right now.
Right.
Well, I figured it'd be on the other end. So NordicTrack's so big, it's like one person.
No, I mean,
see, the problem is like Twitter's forever. Like, I mean, you can delete tweets, but the Library of Congress is literally cataloging all the tweets.
Really?
Yeah. They get backups of the hard drives to catalog all the tweets that come through. And so, like, companies need a good end to every story that is they suck. Because you don't want to go out there and search for NordicTrack and see 1,000 people complaining about NordicTrack with zero response from NordicTrack saying we can't help you or whatever.
Well, you were not going to see zero response from this at some point because the tweets would go on forever.
Right.
And fortunately, this was all.
I don't know how I missed all this because I totally would have retweeted, and I feel like I should go out there and retweet it now. Like,
and I know whenever I get on these tangents, I'm hoping that Vaughn doesn't see them because I know that he's like, what triggered Wilson now? Why is he taking a brand that I started and driving it into the ground over something that happened at a Mexican buffet?
I mean, I feel like the Library of Congress in like 10 years is going to have a special display for Donald Trump tweets.
Oh, Jesus.
Like they're cataloging them. Like they will have a special area.
As part of my 12-step program, I make it a point to rectify situations when I handle them improperly. So
even with businesses?
Yes.
Okay.
So on one occasion, I actually had an issue with Comcast. Comcast.
I have an account.
And so I called the guy back to apologize for the way that I spoke with him. So then the problem never gets
he didn't work there
completely
anymore, so
handled.
He had to go to his apartment.
I have to call someone else back on the same day and make another apology. That's how I feel about Comcast. I just can't. They kill me.
You called to apologize, and you ended up yelling at the person that answered the phone.
And had to call back.
Now you got two people.
I got two people.
Then you call back to apologize to them, and you yell at that person. So
it's a never-ending cycle.
My eye just started twitching talking about Comcast.
I love Comcast. I've never had a problem.
Comcast made me so angry that I would be willing to strap C4 to myself and walk in their building.
I'm the only person that
somebody's recording that snippet right there.
I'm the only person that knows.
Vaughn's going to post that as a clip.
I'm going to strap C. We said that like twice.
You talk about the man in black showing up at your door. That's what happens. Hey, something that I forgot to mention that we all forgot to mention last week, or Peter Mellon and I forgot to mention last week, is that he said that if anybody gave a 5-star review to the podcast, that he would send them a Fortitude 50K hat.
What?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That is ridiculous.
So if anybody has hung on through all of this Nordic track, college football,
strapping bombs,
Thanksgiving, bomb strapping, garbage of it.
Go and leave a 5-star review, and Peter Mellon's going to send you.
He's going to pay for it. He's going to ship it.
How many of those is he going to do? He might have spoken out of turn.
He said just one.
Oh, just
the
one.
First person.
Okay, the
first person.
Earl just said we made his watch list.
I'm going to get pulled over on the way home.
You know me better than this, Earl. Get these stupid handcuffs off me.
I do have Twitter. I didn't know I had it.
What's your Twitter handle?
I think it's Jacked and Tan. Yeah, at Jacked in Tan LHRL.
All right. Y'all go follow her. Because
I have 57 following.
She's going to be.
I don't know what they're following because.
You're following them.
Oh. How do I find out who has followers?
You have 12 followers.
All right.
The Herb Parsons Marathon is generally they don't have it this year.
That's correct.
Do y'all think we should go out there and run anyway? It's always a fun thing to do at the beginning of the year.
We could do that. It depends on what day you want to do it.
You could come out January 1st and just run with me.
What are you going to do January 1st?
I run at Shelby Farms every January 1st.
Okay, I might do that.
He was talking about Herb Parsons, though.
Yeah, we weren't talking about Shelby Farms. We were talking about Herb Parsons. But that sounds good, too. Something. I'd like to have something booked beginning of the year.
What is... Sorry, I'm pulling up the calendar. So...
I thought that I was going to start...
January 1st is a Wednesday, so Herb Parsons would have been the 4th or the 5th, that Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah.
Yup.
After work, January 1st.
You know what? I will run with you, my friend. Seriously.
Let's do it. Let's do a marathon out there.
Because I'm going to be recommitted to my training.
Yep.
On the 1st?
Probably be a good time for a long run.
On the 4th or 5th. On the weekend of Herb Parsons.
Okay.
When it usually is.
I think that's probably something
and I need a good training run. So I think we will do the unofficial LHRL run. Let's just go ahead and say January 4th.
The Saturday, not the Sunday.
Saturday is January 4th. LHRL run at Herb Parsons.
Herbs.
All right, you heard it here, folks.
We could probably get.
What time are we starting? Not ridiculously early.
Don't do it early. 8 o'clock.
8 a.m.
Why do you want to start so late?
Oh, I'm doing Hill and Dale that day.
Okay, whatever time y'all want to start.
Sunday.
That's fine. I'll be up hack vomiting at 6, waiting for it to start at 8.
Well, do you want to do it on Sunday instead so your wife can join us? We're going to do it on Saturday.
Well, you want to do it on Sunday? You want to do it, Amanda?
No, y'all do whatever. I'll be good.
She doesn't want to go.
Okay, let's do it.
She doesn't want to hang out with us. We're going to do it Saturday, 8 a.m.
All right.
It's on the calendar.
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
I may get an hour head start just because it takes me so long.
Well,
it gets dark on me.
As long as you
I thought that I was going to, I've been trying to just run, and I thought that I was going to run and lose weight and get faster, and instead I get fatter and slower and more uncomfortable with every run.
You know what? You should try the Lift Heavy Run Long app. We have an app. And I'm dead serious about this because what I really liked about it was the first week was testing, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter to me. Like, I'd be like, I could walk this 200 meter, whatever 200 meter a day, you know, whatever that time is, that's my benchmark, right? So I'm just going to do what I can. And then the next week, same thing. You know, it's not testing. Now I'm running 200s. Now I'm running 400s. But I can look at that progress from the first. It just feels, it feels like it's structure.
Do you think that would be effective without CrossFit?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll do it. Then I would get on it without
Yeah, absolutely,
CrossFit.
man.
I mean, most of what I'm doing right now is I either do a 3.8 mile run or a 6 mile run. And I'm doing them significantly faster from an interval standpoint than I've run in the past. You know, as far as trying to push myself when I'm running, you know, it's much faster. But
there's something about having, this is what I'm supposed to
I can't bring myself to CrossFit.
This is what I'm supposed to do today, and I'll write down the times when it gets done, you know, and then the next week I can look back and go, oh, yeah, I did a little bit faster this time, you know. There's just something about having that structure. And the Lift Heavy Run Long app, I think, has body weight workouts, too, if you really want to do
I don't want to do anything but run.
Well, you can do that. I mean, it's better than – I just think it's
kind of where I'm at right now.
I think it's better than just – going out and just doing whatever.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
You're making an effort to go to the track, and you're writing down times, and you're making progress.
Yeah.
So,
well, and if I don't want to go to the track, part of it is time. Like my time right now is focused. I don't want to spend any time doing anything other than what I want to be doing. So I can do intervals from here.
Sure, you can.
I can do them just on my watch.
I just enjoy going to the track.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I got jury duty tomorrow.
Good luck.
I wonder if you're going to have Alan Couch as your judge.
It would be awesome. And that would be
if
cool.
If Alan's listening, then he probably has to throw you off jury duty now. You're tainted.
No, what he would do,
for having said that he was on jury duty.
He would recuse himself.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So that I can be
we'll get rid of the judge just so Vaughn can be a part of jury duty.
I would like Vaughn to be a
part. Did you say recuse?
Recuse.
That's a
word.
If he has a conflict of interest, he has to remove himself from the proceedings.
Recuse you.
Recuse yourself.
Yeah,
You're going to use that word this week, aren't you?
I am.
You're going to recuse yourself from some household chores.
From running my intervals. I'm not doing this.
I have a conflict of interest.
Not today. I'm recused.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'll be interested if you see my boy Alan tomorrow sitting on the bench.
I'm hoping to get like a murder trial or something.
Probably will. It'll probably be something
Olive Branch.
It takes like a whole 6 months. You get 6.
It'll be a Grisham book.
What's the word?
Sequestered.
Sequestered.
I knew it started with an S and there was a Q.
You wouldn't like that because you can't have a phone or like you can't do like internet
that's
stuff.
right. I wouldn't like that.
And your TV is limited.
Yep.
Your drinking, I think, is limited.
I can't watch Disney Plus.
You could probably watch that. I don't know, but that's internet. I don't know if they'll let them stream.
We hit our time. 59
that was
minutes, 25 seconds.
And you were worried.
That was easy.
And the heater never bothered you.
No, it sure didn't. It bothers everybody else, though.
You sure of it?
What number is it?
Lift Heavy Run Long, number 171.
In the books.
Yeah.